on the road. Somebody give me a boom, baby, boom. Right. And shine. It's a beautiful day over the Las Vegas Valley. Yes, nice and chilly out. Yesterday it was all windy as fuck. It's still windy as fuck, and now it's cold as fuck. And your boy is saying is going to tuck himself inside because that's what photos on blankets are for. I am launching some psychedelic hoodies as we speak. I just had to get in this game. I'm rolling the blunt, getting the game going this morning, and I'm just like, wow, it just got cold quick. Don't pass go, don't collect $200, just cold as fuck. And I was just like, hey, time to launch some psychedelic hoodies. Time to put on some extra codes. The LVOG is freezing, okay? Like, I got my king's robe on. It is fucking cold as fuck, bro. So here we go. Show's got to go on the road, and we need to talk about it because I was talking about it with my spiritual mentor yesterday and just how we have conversations with each other and that it's starting to change us, right? This ability to change the way that we are. And I'm trying to just download some stuff real quick because I'm rolling this morning blunt and talking to people and getting it going this morning. It is fucking cold. Like, what's going on here, folks? What is going on? Winter is going on, and that's just how fast it changes. That's just how fast it changes. One day, super chill, everything's super chilling. Next thing you know, I got to turn off the fan and launch some hoodies. I'm literally in my products right now. I did a bunch of shirts and designs, and now I got to go back into the design and download it. And that's what I've been doing. So I've been just working on downloading things, making them a reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not easy when you get to do things and you're trying to make something out of nothing. I do that all the fucking time, just making something out of nothing. And how many of us are like that? How many of us are exactly like that? So, for your boy Saint, um, it ain't easy. I'm literally making designs as we speak. Spin around. Check out some of the hoodie designs. Psychedelic hoodies is underway. I'm literally in it like every single day. I'm like literally just downloading different images, save image as it's a JPEG, making it move over, and saving it. And that's what we're doing over here at Saints Addiction. We are making hoodies because it's cold outside, and that's what it's like. Our emotions switching so fast. I think a lot of us would wish that they weren't that way. That our emotions were just super easy and available for us all to just do what it needs to do, and it doesn't. We don't do any of that. We end up changing our minds really quickly. We end up becoming confused really quickly, and when that happens, guess what? All of us are in a way, or in our own way, emotional and changing like the winds. And that's just something that I was like, you know, for one thing, you're one moment you're super hot, right? This is a good example. And the next minute it can get really cold. And talk about coupling season. Like when you're, oh, it's hot girl summer and I don't need a man and I don't need nobody. And then it gets cold and you really wish that you had somebody, that you had changed your mood before the mood got thirsty. And that's something that I've been really like keying in on is like, we have these moods and they swing us all from pillar to post, and we don't know why we're swinging that way. We don't know why things are happening to us, and I'm here to say it's the changing of the guard. It's the time that happens to us all. So we like to think that we can just stay pissed. I'm gonna hate that motherfucker. I'm gonna have a grudge. I'm gonna stay pissed off and stay jealous. And there's so many, what do they call them, thirst traps? There's so many traps for us to get envy. Something else I was listening to Robert Greene go further deeper in is that we are aggressive. we're not necessarily violent as human species, but we're aggressive. Women more so than men. We don't want to admit it, but it's true. We get aggressive, and that's an energy. And then soon the energy changes, and then it's gonna have to be something different. That's something I don't think most of us know. Most of us don't know our true selves. Like, we don't know why the winds have came. Yesterday it was so perfect, looks perfect out there, except for it's fucking 50 degrees, and that's our lives. It looks perfect on the outside. How many of us are perfect on the outside and pretending to be like everything's okay, when reality is that it's cold inside of our hearts. We're getting really extra lonely. And unfortunately, that's what's happening to us. And I don't want it to happen to us. I want everybody to be cuddled up. I want my burps to go away. I want everybody to smile more. I want everybody to roll with the punches. I want everybody to be as flexible as the seasons. And I think we get stuck. Stuck in our own way. Stuck in our own pattern. Don't worry, I'm spitting on an old rag. I keep a rag around because I am a cougher, sneezer, spitter, you name it. Get it off my face. I get allergies really bad. So anyway, that's where it's at. Us being ourselves, our true selves, and being able to orient who we are and not be so in the wind. A lot of us are just in the wind and we're just blowing around and we have no direction. We don't understand what's going on. I'm literally trying to contemplate this thing from yesterday when I was speaking to my spiritual mentor, and he's like, "Oh, I block people all the time." You know what I'm saying? I block people all the time. If it means that I have to separate myself from their energy, I am of the belief, I'm like, well, how do we communicate better? That's the toughest one for me. It's like, how do I become like the seasons? How do I change and move around myself and not be so stuck in what the fuck I think that I'm going through, when actually I'm creating what I'm going through? It's my perspective to things. It's like, yeah, sure, it's cold and that's a fact of life, but it's not cold if I'm wearing a hoodie. Do you know what I mean? It's not actually cold like I'm on top of what's the other places, like Mount Kilimanjaro or some shit. I'm not like that. And that would be awesome for us to be able to adjust our elevations and say, okay, now this is me. This is me and where I want to be. Instead of, I found myself here. You didn't just land at the top of the mountain. Each one of us has a reason and season to be the way that we are. And that's something that I really wanted people to key in on, is to be like, who am I for reals? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I? Super real. And I hope you find your super real self. I hope that you can talk to yourself and go, that's not me. I don't wish to be angry. I don't wish to be jealous. It was just because I was on social media and I wasn't paying attention. I started to get jealous. I started to get into the thirst trap. I started to find that everybody else's life was different than mine, when in all actuality, it's a lot of the same. We are all a lot of the same. And for us to pretend that we're not, or that it's worse for somebody else or better for me, it's just comparing. The season is cold on us all. Like, each one of us wants to have someone that loves us. Each one of us wants to have, and that's what's happening right now, is now that it's coupling season, it's like, no more fucking around, right? You really can't buy people around to love you. You can't buy your way out of loneliness. If we could, we would. It would work, and we haven't. We're just like, oh shit, I bought all these things. I took this trip. We were young, festival. Everybody's young, dumb, full of cum, and then all of a sudden, it's cold out, and they cancel. And then you're like, wait a minute, it's not what I planned it to be. You know, I didn't expect it to just turn winter. And it's like, our expectations aren't waiting for us. Our attitude is waiting for us to be able to go, sure, it's that right now, but that's because seasons change. Like that attitude of being able to roll with the punches and go, yeah, this is par for the course. It's about time that it's not so hot anymore and it gets cold. And then you get used to that. And then you're like, okay, well, shit, I don't want to be cold anymore. I want it to be XYZ or whatever you want to call it. And that's what we do. We hold ourselves in the moods. Like we're not changing of the seasons. Like we're just gonna always just stay the same, and it's not gonna always stay the same. It's always gonna change, and that's something that I relish in. You know that I'm not a stagnant being. That I can constantly change the designs that I'm doing. I don't know. I should probably show you guys what I'm doing. Right? Will that help? Changing the guard. Can you see it? Wait, hold up. Remove the weed because I was gonna roll some weed. I'm doing some project as we speak. You know, changing of the guard, dude. It's now a new season. That means hoodie weather's in effect. Your boy's been designing it. I don't know if you can see it. Does it show the designs? It probably doesn't. Probably doesn't. You know, I'm moving from space to space, saving these new designs. Should have saved them the first time, but I didn't. So now I'm in here doing the damn thing again, you know. Redoing the design, not redoing the design, but downloading it into a JPEG so I can upload it in high resolution images so it doesn't look weird when I do it to later when it's what's the thing called? Resolution. You know, these are some low resolution photos that I had. I did a bunch of PNGs. That's what it was. I did a bunch of PNGs and it just came out all fucked up. So I don't want it to be that way anymore. So I'm here to fix it and do those things. I don't know. I don't think anybody can you see it? I don't know who's ever watching, but I don't know if you can see the designs or whatever, but that was it. Oh, shit on the ground. Fuck it, rotate, 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 fuck it, to throw things on the ground. And that's what we do. We throw our emotions on the ground like we're children. We throw ourselves into situations that we could totally be better at, and yet we don't. We just start fucking around and we're wondering why things aren't the way that it's supposed to be or the way that we want it to be. And now we're figuring it out. So that's something that I've been really leaning towards, you know, figuring out certain things. That way it's not all fucked up. You know, I want it to be better. I don't know if anybody else wants things to be better, but I'm sure you're about as sick of suffering as I am. And that's a whole nother motherfucking gig, right? So we are learning ourselves. We got to learn how to change ourselves. That's a fact of life that you're gonna grow regardless of the way you think that you're gonna be. Like all these other motherfuckers on some emo shit, and they're like, I'm still emo, and it's like you're not emo anymore. You're not a kid anymore. You've grown up, and those bands are old. And for us to try to relive things, right? Like what's the word? What's the stuff when you relive something, where you reminisce? You know, it gives us that feeling again. That's what we're seeking. We're seeking a feeling like when I was young and I was free and da 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 da. You know, sure, bud. You know, like wish it was always that way, but it's not always that way. Things change, and that's what I was simply so aware of. What was happening with this weather was like things change, man, and you got to be a change fucking magnet, bro. For reals, you gotta be a fucking chain motherfucking magnet and change magnet and be open to it. You know, they talk about embrace and drive change. Like, not a lot of us are embracing and driving our own change. We're just fucking still in our own way. And that's something that I've been trying to crack. It's just like, how do I get out of my own way? How do I become a better citizen? Or a better lover or a better human and all these other things that I just keep thinking of. How do I make that so? And I don't know if you know how, but it was just like, you know what? If I'm gonna act like anything, I'm gonna act like the universe. I'm gonna act like I got some fucking sense, right? Like we used to say as kids, act like you got some sense and move forward with that sense. Move forward in the sense that I am part of this environment. I am growing with the changes. One of the things that my spiritual mentor mentioned to me yesterday that was shocking, but it was so apparent, was he's like, I haven't mastered, or and you haven't either, the walking on water class. I was like, that's some shit right there. Check out this design. I don't know if you like this one too. I thought this one was pretty dope. The walking on water class. I haven't mastered the walking on water class. Damn, I almost slipped out of my hand. I almost threw it out of my own hand trying to fuck around. And it made me laugh because there it is, bro. All of us full of mistakes and issues and things like that. And we all want to try to pretend like blah, blah, blah. And it's not blah, 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 right? It's not blah, blah, blah at all. What it is it's us. You know, it's us. It's who we really are. We are really an emotional creature. We really are aggressive. We really do have jealousies. We really are competitive. We can pretend that we're not, but it's true. And that's something that I've started to realize in my head, that that's the way it's going to be. You know, it's going to be a thing of change. It's going to be a thing of beauty. It's going to be a thing that I think all of us need to get with, you know. So that's something that I just wanted to share today. I'm like, you know, not for nothing, we are some pretty cool humans. You know, we are really in a cool way if we allow ourselves to be that way every day, if we allow ourselves to be the change that we want to see in the world, that we bring that better version of ourselves. You know, I don't know, I haven't always showed up as the better version of myself. That's just a straight up of it. And I'm embarrassed of it. I want to be a better human being. I want to be the person that can change with the season and not just hold the grudges, and that stuff's bad for publicity. And you want to grow, stop holding the grudges. Like we're not children anymore. Nothing about holding a grudge is going to get you moving forward, but that's what we do. We drink poison expecting the other person to die, and it's like it doesn't work that way, dude. It just doesn't work that way. I want everybody to be able to um, get it how they live, right? I want it to work for them instead of against them. And that's why I do this show. It's like if we can get our mental fortitude together, if we can say, I'm not perfect. I don't walk on water, and neither do you. And that made it make me feel so much better that I'm not this just horrible human being with like some kind of bipolar disorder. I was looking into it too, where they were talking about was it bipolar disorder? It was like multiple personality disorders. I almost fit in every category. I think we all fit in every category. We all have a range of narcissism. We all have a degree of psychopathy, and anybody that's acting like they don't is lying to you. So that would be the big mistake, is watching away from people like, that's not me. I'm never like that. It's like we're all like that. This is genetics. This is evolution. This is the human species, all of us on the jealousy, all of us on the aggressiveness, all of us in the spectrum. And that's why I went and did the show this morning. It's like it's part of the spectrum of all of us. Billionaire hemp wraps. Shout out to Billionaire hemp wraps. No nicotine, no tobacco, and just I was shocking myself. I'm just shocking myself, the range of emotions that I have, the ranges that I keep it in, my repetitiveness. I like to really shock myself and get the gym workouts, and I was getting cold, and I'm like, I don't even want to walk anymore. It changes us. Distinctly remember living in Finland. We were just talking about the plastic pocket challenge, but people throwing things on the ground and someone else picking it up. It was literally that environment that they literally have people that don't have any income, so they wait around for all the people that are drinking in the park and picking up trash after them. The reason I'm mentioning this is because that was an environment that I didn't expect, right? I mean, I can tell you, winter in Helsinki is not the business. It's very brutal. It's very brutal, very dark, black, white, gray color motifs. These Russian cream. Okay. It drove people away. I literally walked through the cities of Helsinki and on my 30th birthday, and it just looked bombed out. There were no souls, nobody's walking around, no one's holding a dog. It was just building after building after building. And then the spring came, and it just changed everything. People came out of the woodwork, people were smiling, everybody was drinking and smoking on the grass, literally and figuratively. It was really cool. Shout out to smoking. These are my homies. They also do the paper wraps too. So got my filter. But it just the amazing. I would never be there in the winter again. Now that it's winter here, shit, I'm trying to get to Thailand, but um it's a try because anyway we're gonna get there, but my point is that it changed that whole environment. I walked around Helsinki and I couldn't see nobody, and then came springtime, everybody came out the woodwork, everybody was happy and laying in the sun, and I mean, if we could change our mood like that, like the seasons change us, bro, there'd be no stopping us. If you could be able to stop yourself from staying in the mood and moving even without the some stuff you can't, like the winds yesterday. I was like, dude, it's too windy, bro, it's blowing people over, like it's canceling concerts, like it was a dust warning and wind warning, up to 60-mile-per-hour winds were hitting. Some stuff you can't ignore. Like, let me ignore Hurricane Ian. I'm gonna pretend like it's not there. It's like, what are you talking about? Definitely join Weed Club too. It's a scrape card. Make sure you get your Weed Club card. If you don't already have it, sign up. Your boy Marky Saint. I'll make sure that you got it. That's how we do this out in the real world. And this is it. This is our real world. The space between your ears is your real world. The voices that you listen to is your real world. You are the author and director of your own movie, and that's like something that I don't think we really get. I think we just feel and go and forget. I'm over here saying, nope, this is real. The seasons are real. You changing every year is real, and it only comes up in like New Year's and resolutions. And after you've sat down and you're stopped fucking around, do you go, oh yeah, you know what? That's why this is happening to me. That's why that transpired the way that it did, and I'm acting the way that I'm acting. If you could control the way that you act, if you weren't just such they call more, to anchor yourself to your emotions and be moored to something and go, okay, um I've officially got to a place where I can control my emotions, I can control my habits, I can control me. Then I think you're in a power position. Then I just think you will never have to worry about jealousy. You don't have to worry about people being jealous or misunderstanding you, because you got your own thing. You can control your own behavior. You don't have to look at someone else's plate and say, oh, his girlfriend's cuter than me, or than mine, or I wish I had this, I wish I was there. And no more fear. There's no more fear of missing out. No more FOMO. No more jealousy. No more bullshit. It's just us being our real selves and being a being. And I think that was the whole crutch of this whole thing, is being able to say, I am a human being. I am flawed. I change like the seasons. I grow like the weeds, and not everything is growing for me. I gotta grow myself. I gotta be the one that's the author of my book, the director of this movie called my life. And if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna do something with my energy. There's energy in the cold, there's energy in the hot. Both things, it's almost like a steamy piston. Both things are as equal. I shot this design too before I like this one. Check this one out. Tell me what you think of this one. Why is that? Let's press the button twice. Yeah, baby. It's another psychedelichoodie.com. I'm just making these designs and enjoying the weather. It's Sunday. I'm gonna get into it, shall we? Let's get some morning motivation. Get into it. Join Weed Club, baby. Join Weed Club, baby. And that's how I relax, man. This is how I get my mind right and start talking to myself. Not crazy, but aware. I'm aware of me. I'm aware of my changes. I'm aware of my mind. I'm aware of my energy. You can see yourself doing patterns, going like, um, this is my shtick. And you're like, why is this your shtick? And you're like, I don't know why it's my shtick. Why do I do the things that I do? And then you can start asking yourself, like the rest of us, and start putting it together and go, oh shit, that's my spending habits. Oh shit, I have spending habits. Yeah, dude, the way that you normally process things is your habit. And that's what I talk about with addictions, is to talk about them openly and clearly with people and say, yeah, bro, that's how we operate. We do things so repetitively, we might not even notice. We don't notice why we're dating the people that we're dating. Most of us are dating our unfinished business. We haven't changed. We're repeating the same cycle of our parents. How crazy is that? You're like, what? Yeah, you're almost dating your mom. You're almost dating your dad. You're like, how's that possible? Like, there's some semi-erotic things that go on when we have these emotional experiences with these people. We tend to like process them certain type of way, and then all of a sudden we're like, how's that possible? It's because that's the way you were raised. That is your emotional stability. That's the way you're going to process things through that lens and then act accordingly. And I would really like people to just get the lens on tighter. Be able to change the aperture of their lens and say, you know what, I want it to be this way. I don't want it to look this way anymore. I don't want it to exist in this realm. I want to be like this. And that's where I start transporting myself. I start transporting myself to Thailand. I start transporting myself to warmer weather. I say, I don't want it to be like this. And if you don't want it to be like this, what kind of energy are you going to put in it to make it different? We got to change different plants. All the plants are starting to wither because they're ready for winter. Strong plants like spinach, things with iron and fortitude, cabbage, you know, that's what we're growing here, dude. We're growing ourselves. And I think it's just fucking absolutely amazing. I fucking love it. I can't wait for it to fucking keep going. For me, this is the ultimate in gratitude, is to be able to say, okay, since I am alive, this is what I'm going to do with my life. And I'm going to do something right now. I'm not going to sit any longer. I'm going to change like the seasons. I'm not just going to watch the leaves change. I'm going to change. I'm going to change my attitude. But the only thing I can control in any situation is me. And I've not have always been good at that. Don't get it twisted. Your boy Sane is not trying to pretend or act like I've, mastered it at all. This takes some really aware situations. Again, it's talking to ourselves and going, okay, self, what am I going to do differently so I can get different? And that's all that matters, is being able to motivate the self and just go, okay, the new version of me is an exerciser. The new version of me doesn't kill his motivation. The new version of me doesn't masturbate. I was watching the guy's other thing and he was pretending like he was playing under his thing, under his sheets, but he was like, stop killing your motivation. That's something that we all tend to do, is we kill ourselves before I was about to, that 4 hours I keep telling every day, that 4 hours that we can chop trees and make shit happen, we forget. We start sliding down, we start forgetting, we start getting lazy, we go right back to the habits. We're just like, hi there, you're so comfortable, thanks for letting me sit next to you. And it's like, yeah, I've been holding the seat for you. Wouldn't it be awesome, just like that movie, what's his name, Good Will Hunting, where he's like, I will fucking punch you in the face if you're here again next year. I get my yearly things, I don't know about you guys, from Google Photos, and it's like, yeah, I did go places. I was in Brazil. I did shave my beard. I do things all the time to change me so I can get different results. And that's all that you can ask. The weather's going to change, but are you going to change? And that's the biggest morning motivation of the day, is like, can I change me? Can I get me to be a better me? And that's all that matters. So for all of those that are out there, the seasons are changing. It's getting colder. Your boy Marky say it's addiction. I'm designing psychedelic hoodies. These are my designs, designs by Saints. If you want a hoodie, holler back. If you want to join We Club, holler back. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Make sure you get involved with this, because this is our lives, dude. And like the energy we put in is the energy we're gonna get out. We can't snap our fingers, we can't wave a magic wand, but we can smoke a magic wand and we can eat some magic. Yeah, baby. So on my heart from the start, it's your boy Marky Saints Addiction. Thank you for watching, and go be blessed. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever, in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Peace. Ciao. Bello. Beijos. See you. Enjoy your day. I'm just going to be blessed. Psychedelichoodie.com. Get one, order one, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side.